Assalamualaikum and good evening to Sir Muhammad Ramizan and my classmate. I am Nur Fazila binti Fazil and my partner Alia Farhani binti Hashim will present our oral book review today. The title of our book is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, who is the author of this book. And the genre of this book is novel, fiction, and Bildungsroman. This novel has total 581 pages on second edition and published by Random House in 14 April 1952. Next, why we choose this book? The reason why we choose this book because first, the title of the book, which is Invisible Man. What do I know? Invisible meaning is unable to be seen. So the question, why that man cannot be seen by the others? Second, the cover of this book. As you can see here, the cover looks so mysterious. Like why the face of that man does not look like a human, and why his face is just half and not full. Next, we move to summary of the story. The summary of the story is the narrator of Invisible Man is a nameless young black man who moved in 20th century United States where reality is surreal and who can survive only through pretext because the people he encounters see only my surroundings, themselves, or figments of their imagination. He is effectively invisible. He left the racist South for New York City, but his encounters continue to disgust him. Ultimately, he retreats to a hole in the ground, which he furnishes and makes his home. There, brilliantly illuminated by stolen electricity, he can seek his identity. Next, we move to the main characters. The main characters that we can find in this novel is the narrator, the brother Jack, Dr. Bledsoe, Mr. Norton, Jim Trueblood, and Mary. Next, we move to our partner for the next part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Alia Farhani binti Hashim and I am a partner B. Okay, the main theme of the story is identity, race, lies and deceit, ideology, memory and the past, power, admiration, ambition, love, and lastly is woman and femininity. Plot of this story is the narrator, an unnamed black man, begins by describing his living conditions, an underground room wire with hundreds of electric lights operated by power stolen from the city electric grid. He reflects on the various ways in which he has experienced social invisibility in his life and begins to tell his story returning to his teenage years. Next, the narrator lives in a small southern town and upon graduating from high school wins a scholarship to an all-black college. However, to receive it, he must first take part in a brutal humiliating battle royal for the entertainment of the town which white dignitaries. Next is arriving in New York City. The narrator is amazed by what he perceives to be unlimited freedom for blacks. He is especially intrigued by a black West Indian man, later identified as the ex-hoarder, whom the first encounters addressing a group of men and women on the streets of Harlem. In conclusion, Ellison paints the picture of hope for the future of Negroes in America during the narrator's last scene in the epilogue. In the narrator's dormancy, he often talked about his grandfather dying words. His grandfather told him that when he dies, that the narrator has to give a good fight in his life. During the time his grandfather was on his deathbed, he told the narrator that he must play the game of the white man, that he must do what the white man expects. It was not until the epilogue that the narrator understood what his grandfather meant by this. Did he mean say yes because he knew that the principle was greater than the man, greater than vicious power all the methods used to corrupt his name? What is that bit of our head to affirm the principle the plan is whose name may have been brutalized and sacrificed? The narrator comes to the realization that his grandfather knew, that he understood his role in American society, that there is a change. He also realized that he is hope for the future generation of Negroes. If Negroes could put up a fight with whites, the narrator feels as if he should continue the fight that his grandfather has influenced upon him. He feels as if he should strive for the future of Africans in America. The narrator knows that black will be fighting for peace for many generations, knowing that there will come a day when the war will come if they fight long enough. With the narrator coming to a realization, he said he is going to come out of his truancy and take control of what he thinks is right.